Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim. Before I get started in the readings, I would like to apologize for the delay in the monthly reading. The energy this month has been pretty tricky. I have a pretty large family and I have been needed in many areas of my family and pulled in different directions. So I've had to put this down for a few days in order to give my family the attention they needed. So I do apologize for the delay. But before I get started in the readings, I would like to give a shout out to Moonlight Scorpio for a phenomenal reading. I did go to her for my own reading. We do that as readers as well. We will look to others for a reading. So I highly, highly recommend her to anybody looking for answers to any pressing questions or concerns they may have, or just for a general reading altogether. She's phenomenal. I would also like to give a shout out to Intuitive Perceptions for the beautiful decks that he purchased from me from my Amazon wish list for my birthday. They're gorgeous. One of the decks that I will be using is the Witch's Tarot, and I decided to use that this month in honor of Halloween. So before we get started, I will say to everybody, this is very general. So that means it may or may not resonate with you. If it does not resonate for you, it is not meant for you. Please keep this in mind. Also, if you're not sure what your sun, moon, and rising signs are, you can go to my website and plug in your information on the birth chart calculator. It will be the first tab to the left, and you click on Natal Chart. Now, in that you could also, if you look around, you can also see a description or oh, it went blank. It's kind of like a report. Okay, a natal report. Okay, it should be under that very tab that you clicked on to plug in your natal chart information. And you can get a short description of your report up there. It's very short. This is from a third party site that I did incorporate into my site to make life easier, and to just give you a direct link. I will link that below in the description for you. And so, without any further ado, on to the readings, and thank you for your patience. Hey Aries, welcome back. I did pre-shuffle these cards and laid them out and tuned into the energy before I started. It just helps save time and to not have to shuffle during the video. It just takes up too much time. But I did tune into your energy, and the way that I set this up is this top row would be love, the middle would be work or money. I put them under the same category, and the bottom is the home. And then on the left side we have this is either advice or reasons for things happening, or however this melds with the rest is what I'm going to use it for. But each card has its own category, just like each row of tarot here. Okay, so in the category of love, what I see here is that, well, what I heard first was you can go your own way. And then after I shuffled the cards and laid them out, and I heard that song, You Can Go Your Own Way. I can't remember who sang that song, but if I remember, I'll look it up and put the link in the description so you can hear it. But that was definitely playing in my mind when I laid this out. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Death card, and right before that we have Chaos. I will also leave in the description the names of the decks that I'm using. Okay, so I just want to get into this reading. All right, so there was definitely a relationship that was very chaotic. Okay, and because of that, you left it. I want to say that you're the one that left this. That's what it feels like to me, that you're the one that left this situation, or was thinking about leaving this situation. If you haven't done it yet, it may be coming, because there was just a lot of emotional turmoil here. It was very chaotic emotionally, and it was very uncomfortable. But I also see that, especially with this Five of Cups, you being uncertain that you made the right choice, or the other party, however this fits, let it work for you the way that it fits. But you know, I have to say that when there's a lot of chaos in a relationship, don't question that. You know, you made the right decision. And I also feel like, you know, it's kind of like, um, it's kind of like really going over things. Did I do the right thing? It was, you know, or the other person doing this, kind of questioning yourself even, but, or the behavior. And honestly, the way that I see it is, it doesn't matter where the behavior was coming from. It just existed. Something triggered that. So it's just toxic. Don't beat yourself up, or, you know, and hopefully the other party's not beating themselves up. But I just kind of see this being you, like looking back over what was good, you know, or not being able to look at what was good, kind of focusing on what wasn't good or what you lost, or, you know, just kind of dwelling and sitting in that. But if you stay stagnant in that, it's going to be hard to completely walk away from that right now. But I do see that, you know, with this death card, there's a transformation, a rebirth. And it's very possible because it's the end of this chaotic situation that you were in. And this rebirth always feels good. At the end, it doesn't. You know, obviously it's painful. Nobody likes endings. They're uncomfortable. But it also promises a rebirth. So, you know, from the ashes you rise, like the phoenix. I always say that the death card reminds me of the phoenix. You know, you will come out of that. But I feel like it's affecting your work life, okay? And, you know, for some of you, it may not be. But I think some of you may be really going within and really just could be just really focused so much on what was going on here that it's affecting your work. For those of you that weren't in a relationship, that it wouldn't be affecting your work, I just feel like maybe there's just too much going on at work. And, you know, we've got the King of Swords, so it may be something like you having to step up to the plate, be in charge or something, or you've got somebody over you, you know. But I think you're just kind of looking at things like, gosh, you know, this is a lot. Is it worth it? You know, not being sure. And very uninterested. It just seems like there's a lot of disinterest in work. But then we have the reminder card over here. And it's pretty much like, don't forget that what this is for. Don't forget why you're there. Don't forget what it felt like when you first started even. Don't forget what your goals are, what the point of being there is, you know, what the point of putting this work in is. It can be exhausting. It can be showing like a lack of interest, or maybe even like not wanting an authoritative position, or not wanting to deal with an authoritative person. And I just feel like right now there's a lot of tension maybe at work, and just needing to reflect, go within, take some time to yourself, you know, and just don't forget what your position is, who you are. And I just, yeah, it just really feels like it can be easy to just not want to do it anymore. It could be easy to like wash your hands of it and just say F it, you know. I just feel like that can be easy to do. But I also feel like there could be important information in regards to work or money that you've got to keep reminders. You may have to set your calendar or write down on a note somewhere for, you know, any skip steps. Don't skip any steps in something. And I'm hearing follow the yellow brick road. You know, and it's funny that I heard that, because when you think about Dorothy's path in The Wizard of Oz, she ran into so much chaos on the way, you know, down this yellow brick road in order to get home.
So it's like at the end of this road, there is reward. It's just you're having a hard time seeing that. And so I feel like, you could be showing this uninterest in it. Like it's never going to come, it's never going to happen. But this is sort of like a reminder telling you, you know, it is. Just be patient. It will. You've got to do a lot of inner work, in this. Or, and that's for some. For some, it's just don't forget important tasks. I feel like that's really important this month too, because I feel like they're vital. I feel like any important task that you may forget could be vital. So take notes, take good notes, write reminders, don't forget certain things. It's a very two-sided, it seems, or even three-sided type of energy for work and money. So for some, it'll be one thing. For others, it'll be another. For some of you, it may be, don't forget why you're doing this. And for others, it's going to be, don't forget important information, important documents, important appointments, that stands out to me really strong. So take that as it applies, okay? And then at the bottom, we've got home. I feel like with home, there's a little bit of unrest. And it's not because of anything going on in the home. I feel like what was going on in these other areas are kind of throwing you off balance a little bit. So it's time to, it's hard to kind of care for yourself the way you need to care for yourself. I think that because you're going and looking at the, all this other stuff, it's hard to get these things out of your mind. So, it's kind of throwing you off balance a little bit, which makes sense. If you're off balance, then it's very easy to be forgetful at work. But at home, I feel like there's a lot of introspection, a lot of reflection, a lot of weighing things out, and having a hard time waiting for things to happen, waiting for your ships to come in. I think there's a difficulty here. And it's just saying self-care is very important. You need to bring yourself back into balance. So self-care, take an Epsom salt bath and relax, and, try to meditate. Focus on something other than these areas, because it's going to throw your home life out of balance, so to speak. Okay, so I hope that made sense, Aries. Please leave your comments below. Anybody who would like a personal reading can contact me at www.newagsupply.store. Also, you can go there to look up your natal chart information. This is for all sun, moon, and rising signs. If you're not sure, go check out that chart calculator on my website. All right. Till next time, Aries. Take care. God bless.